Something big is already happening before this rebuild even continues. Matt Armstrong is on a flight to Miami, and he's not going there just to check on progress or film an update. He's carrying one of the most important parts in this entire Bugatti Chiron transformation, the exhaust. And that alone should tell you the level we're operating at right now. Because when a rebuild reaches the point where the most critical component is being hand-carried across the world, you know this isn't just another episode. This is a turning point. This is the stage where the personality of the car changes. Now pause for a second and really think about that word, exhaust. For most builds, that's a finishing touch, a sound upgrade, a little more aggression, a simple bolt-on. But this isn't most builds. This is a multi-million-dollar Bugatti, a car so tightly engineered that its creators fought for millimeters under the body. Engineers didn't leave breathing room. They didn't design it with aftermarket flexibility in mind. Every cooling line is routed with purpose. Every structural brace sits exactly where it needs to be. Every wire loom is clipped into place with precision. Heat shielding wraps around components like armor. Nothing in that car is random. Nothing is loose. Nothing is spare. And now, Matt is heading to Miami with a completely re-engineered system that's about to replace something Bugatti themselves spent years perfecting. That alone tells you how serious this is. You don't casually redesign part of a Chiron. You don't second-guess engineers who built one of the most complex road cars ever produced unless you are absolutely certain about what you want to change. And if you enjoy following these high-stakes rebuild moments as they unfold in real time, the kind where one decision can reshape the entire identity of a hypercar, make sure you subscribe right now. Because this stage of the build, this is where things either elevate or get very expensive. Because the owner, Alex, isn't chasing more power. That's the interesting part. He's chasing sound. Under that rear clamshell sits a 1,500 horsepower W16. 4 turbochargers force-feeding 16 cylinders, backed by a gearbox engineered specifically to survive the torque that engine produces. The drivetrain alone is a masterpiece of controlled violence. Everything about it screams excess, complexity, and engineering dominance. On paper, it's absolute chaos. But from the factory, it sounds restrained, controlled, almost polite. And that disconnect is what started all of this. Alex basically said the sound doesn't match the feeling. When you're sitting on that kind of power, when you know what's beneath your right foot, the car shouldn't whisper. It should warn people. It should announce itself. The noise should arrive before the car does. It should feel like something mechanical and alive, not muted and filtered. Because when 1,500 horsepower is sitting behind you, the experience shouldn't feel diluted. So now Matt and the fabrication team have built a 2x6 X-pipe system designed to completely transform the character of this car. 2 banks of that W16 crossing over. Exhaust pulses from opposite sides colliding and interacting before splitting back out into 6 exits across the rear. And this is where it gets technical in a way that actually matters. When those banks cross, the harmonics change. The rhythm of the engine shifts acoustically. Frequencies that never met in the factory configuration now mix together. The sound waves interfere, amplify, reshape. Instead of a controlled, filtered growl, the goal is something sharper, richer, more layered. This isn't just about volume. It's about identity. But here's what makes this moment massive. Nobody actually knows exactly what it's going to sound like. Yes, they can model it. Yes, they can predict the direction it will go. But predicting tone on a W16 with this layout isn't like adjusting a simple V8 system. The length of the pipes, the merge angles, the crossover geometry, every detail influences the final voice. Until that engine fires with this exact configuration, it's unknown. And that uncertainty is powerful. It adds tension. It adds risk. It adds anticipation. Because fitting it isn't simple. There's no spare space under a Chiron. Zero. Cooling systems snake through the chassis in tight channels. Structural members sit exactly where they must for rigidity. Heat shielding protects critical components from the immense temperatures that engine generates. Suspension geometry moves through arcs measured down to millimeters. It's mechanical Tetris at the highest level, and every piece is already locked into place. So before Matt even stepped on that plane, everything had already been mapped. 3D printed templates created to test routing physically, full mock-ups positioned inside the car before any real metal was cut. Custom bracketry fabricated from scratch to ensure the system would not only fit, but survive. No guessing, no eyeballing. No, that looks close enough. They rehearsed the entire installation before committing to the final materials. Because on a car like this, 1 millimeter wrong isn't "we'll adjust it later." It's catastrophic. One pipe too close to a coolant line under full heat load? That's not a minor issue. That's potential system failure. One bracket transferring vibration incorrectly through the subframe at high speed. You're talking stress fractures, long-term damage, problems that don't show up immediately but cost fortunes to fix. On a car capable of over 260 mph, everything is amplified. Heat, force, pressure, vibration. That's why this stage matters more than flashy welding shots. Precision first, execution second. The bracketry alone has to survive brutal thermal expansion cycles. Metal expands under extreme heat, contracts when cooling. At this level, tolerances are so tight that expansion alone must be calculated into the design. Off-the-shelf hardware doesn't exist for something like this. Every mount point is purpose-built. Every fastening solution engineered specifically for this application. Because fitting a custom exhaust onto a Chiron is one challenge. Keeping it secure when the car is under full load, turbos spooled, temperatures peaking, that's a completely different level of engineering responsibility. And now, imagine the moment. The car is in Miami. The new system is mounted. 6 outlets sitting across the rear like a declaration. The stance looks different already. The back of the car feels more purposeful. Nothing left to hide the voice of that W16. The factory exhaust was engineered to pass regulations, to keep the car compliant, refined, socially acceptable. This one is engineered to let the engine finally speak without restraint. And when that first startup happens, when 1,500 horsepower clears its throat properly for the first time, it's not just going to sound louder. It's going to feel different. It's going to change how the car is perceived. The identity shifts, the personality sharpens, the emotional connection strengthens. That's what makes this rebuild different. It's not about repairing accident damage. It's not about restoring something broken. It's about unlocking something that was intentionally held back. About removing the filter. About letting the mechanical truth of the car finally come through. And that's why this moment matters so much in the timeline of this build. So make sure you're subscribed and notifications are on. Because when this Bugatti finally fires up with its new voice, when that unknown tone becomes reality, you're going to want to experience that ignition live. Not as a recap, not as a clip reposted somewhere else, but right here as it happens.